Galaxy Esports with a miracle run. They have activated the champion rush condition. Indonesia is up there with 3 squads looking for the title. Lost with the heavy representation for Brazil. And on the desk once again, you've got the Mustachio and Husky. Let's kick it, brother.
I'm not gonna lie, when Falcons made that booyah, it made me believe for a fraction of a moment. But I gotta correct myself, they have no chance, but it does not mean that they cannot take away the chances of the other squads. They did that to RRQ. We saw how heartbroken Ma'al was.
Oh yeah.
But we just saw a glimpse of a smile on his face. They light him up. It's good to know that at least RRQ have gotten back into the zone, and hopefully this is going to be their best. The panelists said that they are the 4th on the list in terms of top performers on Bermuda, but guess what? The top 3 teams are all teams that have no chance of winning, and they could work in the favor of EVOS, who now have 2 ways of winning the grand finals. Either they do it with their own hands, or they pray that the teams who are going to Bermuda do it for them.
And at the end of the day, all EVOS needs to do is not worry too much about the booyah, but stack those points like their lives depend on it, because their lives do depend on it. If one of the teams that have activated the champion rush condition does not get the booyah in the next game, it all comes down to which team gathered the most number of points throughout the 10 matches played. Ma'al can still turn that frown upside down. The best sniper out of Indonesia at one point of time used to be the guy, but the Wonder Kid obviously stepping it up, showing his big brother exactly how it's done out there. This is the kind of grand finals nobody could have imagined. Champion Rush delivering every single intense action possible out there, and I am all for it. Husky, what a day, man.
We have grown so much since the Corinthians lifted the trophy back in Rio, almost 7 years ago. And since then, every single trophy lift has been a lot more intense, a lot more closer. And every single grand finals, it somehow keeps on getting better. I don't know how these teams do it. I don't know if it's because of the meta or the new format, but the fact that it keeps on getting better and closer, the odds keeps getting higher, is what makes this so sweet, so precious at the end of the day. I think for RRQ, again, there's a chance to wipe those tears off.
Yeah, man, yeah.
Same for EVOS. They've come this far, and now this is truly the final stop. There's no more do-overs. EVOS, they had 5 chances. That's 4 more chances compared to last year. It could not have gotten any closer than this.
The MVP of the FFWS Global Finals. Big smile blasted on his face. Bob's chance of becoming champion here in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Non-existent for Falcons, just as it is for them. But who do they hunt? Which team's party do they spoil? Luxo's not out of the race just yet. They can definitely smile a little wider. It all depends on some heated rivalry out there that has not been settled just yet.
And I dare say, I think, of course the prize pool matters. Of course you want the biggest slice of the cake. But the teams on the second page, the 6 teams who have no chance of lifting the trophy, it's time to accept that and play with nothing to lose. This is the best moment to let loose. If you can't get it done, you might as well stop someone else from doing it. We saw glimpses of that from Dragon Esports in the previous round, because maybe they thought that they couldn't do it, they wouldn't be in this position, and yet here they are.
Dragons Esports, one of the most phenomenal debuts from a squad that was the underdog of underdogs. Saudi Arabia has never had a lineup for Free Fire as good as Dragons Esports. Regardless of where they landed at the grand finals, I was a fan already, but them being in the top 6, them activating Champion Rush just makes this miracle so much better. Free Fire here at the EWC 2025 is just that miracle that keeps on giving. We can't wait, man. This is game number 10, the final game. And we talked about this so many times in the past as well.
Oh yeah.
Can you imagine Champion Rush? We actually go through a competition where we go through 10 games and reach to the very final bitter end for some. And it looks like the curse of activating Champion Rush early still continues. Buriram could not close out at the C Championship. And now, for quite a while already, ESports has been sitting on that Champion Rush condition activated.
We've seen them come so close. There were a couple of opportunities that they could have just lifted the trophy right then and there, but they just could not conclude the match. And I don't blame them. The teams, they get hungrier and hungrier every round. RRQ, first it was AGL, and then it was RRQ, and then Lost showed up, and then Vitality. Vitality stopped them, and then Falcon stopped RRQ. It's a food chain, it's a cycle that keeps on going, and there's no end to it. Again, EVOS, they've been in this spot before, but instead of last year where they had Falcons to worry about, to lift the trophy at the end, at least we know a new champion would be crowned. But it would be devastating for Indonesia if they have all three teams able to win it and not pull it off. And the only way for that to happen is for either Lost, Dragon, or AGAL getting a booyah.
Hey, you know what? FFWS, Southeast Asia 2025 Spring Battle Royale. The last team to activate Champion Rush condition walked away with the championship. Yeah, at Free Fire and EWC 25, the last team to activate the Champion Rush condition. Dragons ESports.
Are we flirting
miracles
with luck?
This day has been a day of miracles, Husky.
It has been. I remember when Team Falcons, quote-unquote, saved Dragon ESports from elimination by denying a booyah from Vision System in the last day of knockouts. The Arabian casters, they shed a tear or two for Dragon ESports.
Oh yeah.
This has never happened. And yet they're here. I know for a fact, or at least a lot of us know for a fact, deep down in our hearts, Dragon ESports is not the team to win. But I don't know what to believe anymore. I'm willing to believe that this could be it.
This
is the tallest mountain.
This is it, Husky. You know, crazier things have happened in the past, but not one as eventful, as dragged out as this insanity that we see ahead of us right here, right now. In a few seconds, we are about to kick off one of the most decent flight paths that you would have ever seen on this map of Bermuda. And one of the conditions that you did bring up before we came back from the break was, this is the map where Buriram shines the brightest. What if we still don't have one of those who have activated the Champion Rush condition walking away with the booyah? What if Buriram makes this phenomenal comeback at the end just to smile a little bit?
They would have a good ending, at least to their own run on Bermuda, right?
Yeah.
Starting it off with a win and ending it with a win, but at the end of the day, they're just a Robin Hood, a side character to what's gonna push EVOS onto the podium. But this drop is everything. EVOS taking Plantation and Catalystewa, core memory to the north. AGAL playing it safe as Sentosa like they always do. RRQ taking Rimnam, peak for BRU. And Falcons with Vitality around the same area.
This is peak Free Fire action. Very first circle is pointing us towards the final circle, dragging all the teams somewhere around mill, which means the early rotations are going to be key, and that gives advantage to the teams like Buriram as well as R7. Pain barely needs to move around.
Even when I am looking at the radar, this is madness from RRQ.
Yep.
And EVOS too. Especially EVOS, I think they're taking the challenge straight to core memory. That works out, they take control of Shipyard. The northern side of the map opens up for EVOS, and that's going to set them up for success in the future 5 minutes. Because Limit gets knocked down, Vitality springs into action.
And your reigning champions, Falcons, having no chance whatsoever at the title, regardless of how they perform in this final game. Unbelievable. Massive game that they hit earlier still wasn't enough to activate the champion rush condition. Just one of those teams that woke up a little bit too late, but Pina! What a 180! But the backup was not too far away. Max 7 to his back. And Falcons, 2 players down so early in the game.
Ironically, they needed another 40 bomb to be on the list, but this time it wasn't possible. There's just not enough bodies.
And the quality of the competition this time round, man.
Yes, it's improved. I mean,
and how equal the playing field is, all thanks to the interference of the devs.
Yeah.
Nerfing those active skills that deserve to be nerfed, but EVOS
Double kill.
losing players that should not be lost.
And once more, Rasya left alone, but no vending machines. They took a risk. They paid such a hefty price. Rasya can head back to Plantation to bring his teammates back, but we've seen this last year. They start the final round to the worst possible start. It's all in the hands of the guy, of this kid who has never been in this spot. Core Memory is looking for it. Vitality is nearby. Rasya needs to get further away. Bhima Sakti Strip is the next best stop. And thankfully, he has a vehicle to get him there.
He uses his binoculars on the way into Bhima Sakti Strip as well. Rasya should be able to pick up decent number of coins here to bring at least 2 of his brothers back in before he goes in for the final revival. Bhima Sakti does have a vending machine. As I say that, Coach Shield purchased right back. This kid, one of the fastest players out there. That's exactly how you hit the revive when you get to the vending machine. We saw a little bit of a blooper in the knockout stage. Dragons taking a little too long. They probably didn't really expect to get this far, but what a performance from the Saudi Arabian squad. For Dragons to activate Champion Rush faster than, in fact, the Falcons, Fluxo, Buriram, R7, Core Memory, Pain Gaming.
I mean, you have to be here to believe it. You have to see it to believe it. No one would believe you.
Nobody would believe you if you told them this. Some of our survivors are already asleep. They wake up, you tell them this story, they'll be like, yeah.
And do you know that DRG was top 6 in the finals? And then be like, shut up.
They activated Champion Rush. They were contending for the ESports World Cup 2025.
Over BRU, over Falcons, over Fluxo, get out of here. I say Cougar almost ruined the dreams of EVOS. I mean, they
Double kill.
if that earlier fight worked out for EVOS, they would have been in a prime position to win. But once more, put to test. And guess who's knocking at the doorstep at peak? Loss is arriving like a storm, and Rigby started out. Rasya is now gone. The rest of his team, they don't have much time to pick themselves up. Another survival run now, forced to be activated.
Ray brings the Wonder Kid back in. Thankfully on the revive now, you drop back in with 2 blue walls at least, as well as the P90, which is a viable SMG. But what can you do when you are outnumbered? What can you do when you're a sniper who has an SMG in his hands? Rasya needs to drop safe here at peak between his brothers.
Not just that, they go to Pochinok. Maybe they could think about Kota Tua. Kota Tua is definitely safer, but lesser stuff to work with, lesser resources. You go Pochinok, sure, but then Mars Electric is where Fluxo is at, and that's where they're going to rotate towards north side. Last time, the very first time that EVOS had to fight Fluxo head-on, they were denied the chance to win it all.
So Riverside is definitely going to get very crowded in a little bit because of the trajectory of our circle. Pain Gaming, Core Memory already there. Falcons, we did spot them approaching the area as well. But as I say, Core Memory, Pain Gaming, my God, you may dominate Point Rush, but that in no way means you're gonna do anything here at the Grand Finals. At least they got their highlight moment on that platform earlier at the start of the day.
And EVOS going into recovery, but I think they will make it work. They just scanned Sentosa, that's where they'll head to. Initially it was by AGAL, but of course AGAL has already made their move over to Keraton. This could work out to be good. Whatever is happening at Riverside, these teams take each other out. In fact, it puts teams like Lost at ease. At least the second factor that enables EVOS to lift the trophy at the end shrinks. The odds lessen. The playing field's leveled.
Now this is where sometimes the circle plays a trick on me. Goes the opposite way, but please don't do that.
I think he's gonna go up.
Come on, circle. There you go.
Oh boy.
All right.
BRU smack dab in the middle.
Reads right.
Dragon is there.
Yeah. I mean, dude, I tell you, Dragon's Esports. Who is the analyst for Dragon's Esports? That person needs like 40 to 50% of the prize pool, all right?
Export him
That
somewhere,
person
right?
has single-handedly helped the Saudi Arabian team survive all throughout these Esports World Cup. Purely survival. Dragon's Esports is currently in the top 6 with the least amount of eliminations compared to the top 11 teams.
They got. Let's just put it out there. Survival instincts pays off.
Amen, yes.
It was something that we disliked because we knew that eliminations mattered a lot more.
Don't count me in, not we. I'll always.
Or when we were back on cumulative points, that's not the consensus, right? And that's something that at least we could be on the same page about. But I guess in Champion Rush, it does. The perspective does change a little bit, especially when you are already at 80 points, and that's where you really get tested on your fundamentals. And you are forced to fight.
You need to close the game.
You need to close the game.
You need the booyah. So eventually, some eliminations are needed.
Look at this.
Dragons going up against R7 early on. Remind opening up strong up against Games King. The Drogon delivering, but Joker turning the tables instantly on them. Della and Joker. 2 more players left here for the side of R7. Nobody else to pick up as well. Down in numbers. What a play once again from the Saudi Arabian squad.
The worst part is that it's not even Dragon Esports that crippled R7. They were already battered before this fight even began. The Dragon Esports are just here to reap the rewards that was sold by a separate team, but
oh, beauty.
Hell, if I'm Dragon Esports, I would take it any day. Della with a good ricochet from the nade, takes that Remind, and maybe R7 can flip the script. Deal now joins the party. R7 is out, Dragon lives on, but Deal continues.
Okay, AG, this is where you hold back, man. Dragons, we're just about to celebrate, could not pull away all the points off of those knocks. It's a single elimination in hand. But the more important point is Dragons not extinct just yet.
No. Every time I look at EVOS' rotation, this entire Grand Finals, usually when a team makes such a great rotation, such a big and wide rotation outside the circle, when they're behind, it worries me. We've seen that happen to Flux so many of times, but for EVOS, it's a different feeling. It's a feeling of assurance that they are going to make it happen. And guess what? Right in front of them, if EVOS heads towards Keratin, it's AGAL.
Level 2 loot for RRQ. Not the best, but it'll have to do for the time being. EVOS up against AGAL. RRQ, potential third party. Right in front of them, Dragons. 4 teams that have activated the chat. And Dragons with the read once again on the circle. You give that analyst a raise, man.
And EVOS with a good rotation too. Launch pad, and they use the binoculars. They move north side. If they can just avoid detection, EVOS puts themselves one more time in a powerful position to win it all. We've said this so many times, and EVOS keeps on proving it. That they are in control, at least for now.
Full squad revive.
Unbelievable.
Everybody torch it. But it's all about the recovery play. But we have to acknowledge EVOS cannot sustain battles out there at this point of time. They need one clean team fight, and they need to loot up their team, and they need to pray to God that team has decent loot on them by the time they take them down, or else it's gonna end pretty early for them.
RRQ is going to take on AGAL2. EVOS was scanned now, I would like to believe, by Falcons. But the dream will end for one of these teams here. The nade on top of the roof doesn't really connect with RRQ just yet. AGAL playing with the building. But the RRQ DNA, when it comes online, they will be in your face. The Oscar Bellin dash. Ma'al! From shedding tears to tearing AGAL apart. Baros, he's left alive, but RRQ have just done the unthinkable. They shatter the dreams of Deal once more and push themselves one step closer to glory.
The recovery play from the sniper that unfortunately went in for the push a tad bit too early. But now, contender number 2, Fluxo, a tad bit late to the party. We asked exactly who can they mess with. Do they mess with the Indonesians right here, right now? Bob's leading the fray. RGS 50 has got
Oh!
the F39 in hand as well. A double launcher
Bob!
set up. Bob gets 2 for the price of 1. RGS pulled out once again. And that's a wipe for Fluxo!
And you can hear the hearts of RRQ fans break into a million pieces off of that intervention. Fluxo extinguished the flames of the Kings of Kings right as they were about to step up to the occasion. And what does this mean? EVOS gets freed up. Lost now next on the chopping block.
Give me more, Brazil! Give me more! What an unthinkable lineup of events. Back-to-back Pain Gaming though. Under the bridge like trolls, wiped out. Lost versus Buriram. One has the high ground. One's right down below. Taking the spot of their Brazilian brothers, Pain Gaming. EVOS with the mad rotation. Everybody's playing a troll at this point.
Vitality knows where they are. They share the same freeway as Fluxo, but BRU is there. We got 4 teams that can win it all, but
Yeah, man.
BRU is on a tear. Falcons is still around. Fluxo just got a big team fight win.
4 teams have activated the champion rush condition, still alive. EVOS does not have a lot of loot. Loss just doesn't seem to be threatening just yet, and they have got Buriram to deal with. We have that the high ground advantage before they can think about anything else. This circle, this day, this game just keeps on giving. Dragons need to get in though. Jump pad, put it up, spotting out the opportunity, looking for 4 extra points, and the time turner landing. Again, brilliance, but the Riptide Rhythm. Glue wall melts the response from the Saudi Arabians, but Seamox gets sprayed down. MD7 with a mad spray on the AWM.
They tried, but I think this is where it all ends. Fluxo once more delivers. BRU now push them in the crosshair, and Fluxo is going to be the next to get eliminated. It pushes in, doesn't get it together. It's him and Bobs, but BRU springs into life.
Dominate.
EVO's down under the bridge. Falcons know where they are, but no one could touch them. Circle in favor of Vitality.
He who laughs last the loudest, and Buriram shutting down 2 Brazilian squad back to back, making sure they don't stand a chance for the Booyah. Rigby, the final survivor of Lost. On the opposite side, you've got 2 players on Fluxo. Buriram, the best team here on the world stage at Bermuda, is heading on in for the victory once again. But you've got 2 teams capable of pulling it away, and they both belong to Indonesia.
It comes down to Vitality against EVOS. Fluxo might ruin all of this for EVOS. All they need is for Lost and Vitality to get knocked out, and EVOS can just lie down and win it all. It doesn't get any easier than this. Fluxo gets wiped out. That's not what you want as EVOS, but you sure as hell want Vitality to go down. But that would have to wait. Falcons against BRU on top of the bridge.
Can Falcons play the spoiler as well? Yes, they can, says Pina. The newest addition to the squad gets the first strike and the second as well. Get high down on the ground. Limit now with the backstab. M590 working perfectly. Jonah out of nowhere throwing in his towel as well.
Oh no!
Fortunately for Buriram, this is where it all goes down. He was up against Vitality on the other hand. Is not looking good at all.
This is the most important fight. It ends under the bridge. Riptide Rhythm.
Oh, too early.
Barely missing. Lost Rigby. Who do you choose to punish? Who do you make a martyr out of? Koju dangerously up on the bridge. Ina might just end it, and Koja connects. EVO's so exposed. Falcons can ruin it. And Vitality, they just need to win this, but Falcons being alive means that Vitality cannot breathe just yet. The relief is not yet there. EVOS survives longer.
Unbelievable.
Falcons!
What we are seeing in front of us here right now. Oh, Monster Truck fails. Devise and Russia go in for the spray down. EVOS, all their players back up on their feet. Vitality did not manage to put all of their players down and out of it just yet. Ray bleeding out, but the instant picked up thanks to Diva. Aim God push it on forth once again. It's all about the action now out of the open.
Indonesian roster, the storyline is completed. A new era has begun. And the crowd can finally cheer for Indonesia as a collective.
And the journey for this 16-year-old kid who has been bleeding free fire for so many years now. And just like a beautiful game of chess played by EVOS Esports, investing in him before anybody else could beat them to it, and raising him up to be one of the deadliest, if not the deadliest sniper out there in the world of free fire. And it was not like the best of the best weren't playing. Your two-time world champs in Fluxo, your two-time world champs in Buriram, they both have phenomenal snipers. Du Maal, sit down. This now is the world of Russia, the world of EVOS Esports, Indonesia. My oh my, what quality Husky.
They finished a job that they could not do a year ago. They took down legends, gods, and elites to leave a mark of their own in the Hall of Champions. It is just heartbreak for those that didn't make it, but for EVOS, this moment belongs to them. That's it from me, Husky, and the Mustachio AJ. We'll toss it over to Carol to celebrate this momentous moment.
Gidea Arena! Please welcome the champions of Free Fire Grand Finals at AWC 2025, EVOS Esports! Congratulations Team EVOS. You are now the champions of AWC 2025. How does it feel to be the winners of the AWC 2025?
Jadi gimana perasaan kalian tentunya sebagai juara dari EWC 2025?
I so proud all of you guys. Thank you for carrying me. Thank you all of you. Thank you for all manajemen, semuanya. Terima kasih yang udah dukung kami. Gak nyangka sih ya di FFS saya di turnamen yang kayak kecil gitu kita banting ancur-ancuran, pokoknya semua kita tuker role, kita tuker kapten, kita tuker semuanya. Orang satu baru, raser satu, ya.
Yeah, it's just like we're just very happy and we don't expect it at all because we go from the lowest tournament, we're losing in the lowest tournament, but now we are here and we are champion. So I don't have anything else to say. I'm just very happy.
Incredible, guys. You have made it. You have saved your key. And now we are happy to give it back to you. Please bring EVOS Esports key.
Kalian bakal terima lagi ya kalian. Ini pegang salah satu. Diambil aja, diambil.
Please, Indonesia, can I hear you?
Yang apa? Wah, aku nggak lihat juga. Soalnya aku di depan udah langsung.
Amazing. I know you all are all excited about this moment, but before you lift your trophy, you gotta select 3 keys to smash, to crush, to send to the crush, and put below your trophy.
Jadi kalian boleh memilih 3 key untuk kalian hancurin. Tim siapa yang kalian bakal pilih kira-kira?
Please, right now, choose your key.
Satu-satu.
3 keys.
Ya, satu-satu.
First key.
Who is the drop in shipyard last game? Who?
I don't know which team drop in shipyard last game because I'm not sure actually.
CRM, yeah, Core Memory.
Core Memory is the first choice. Please, second player. The other key.
Pilihan kedua. Movie Star.
The first choice was Core Memory, and right now they have selected Movie Star R7 key. Wow, that's a wise choice, guys. Congratulations. Amazing choice. And right now you gotta pick the last key. Please.
Satunya Buriram.
Buriram.
Buriram! Thailand team! Yeah, are you happy?
Yeah.
Amazing. They have choose their keys. They have choose Core Memory, Movistar R7, and Boo Rerun. Congratulations, guys. And now it's time to crush those keys. Please help me with the 4 steps, okay? So player number 1, please turn the key.
Paling pertama putar kuncinya. Ya.
Player number 2, open the switch.
Buka aja.
Come on,
Buka
Indonesia.
doang. Stop.
Player number 3, flick the switch.
Di flick di switchnya. Switch. Ya, switch. Ya,
Switch
ya.
first.
Ya, didorong. Yes.
And 4th player, now it's your job to crush those keys. Go ahead
Oh, yeah,
and
okay.
press the
Ya,
button.
pencet aja.
Semuanya ya.
Iya, semuanya tetap dihancurin. Cuman yang kalian pilih nanti bakal kalian punya trofi langsung kan.
There we go. They are all crushed. Congratulations. The message is clear. The process is complete. So now it's time for you guys to place your key in the trophy and claim your prize. So please walk to the trophy, place your key, and claim your trophy. Claim your prize right now.